I sewed this bunny tote bag in under 3 hours. Let me show you how. We'll start by prepping our applique. Trace your pattern shapes onto the paper side of some fusible web and then roughly cut around those shapes. Then on the wrong side of your fabric, place your fusible web templates glue side down and give them a super quick press. Nothing too long or the glue on it will stop working. Then grab those scissors and cut out those shapes on the line. Then we could jump right in to applying our applique, but I wanted to quilt the background first, so I went ahead and attached the border pieces first. After that, I basted my front panel onto some batting, and I also repeated this with the back panel of the bag. Quilting is an extra and optional step, but it does add a little bit more structure to your bag and some more visual interest. Then quilt as desired. I went with this fun diamond pattern. Now it's time to attach the applique. That larger border rectangle is the bottom of our bag, so we'll test out our placements and then peel off those paper backings of the fusible web and place the hat onto our bag. With a quick press, that piece will be stuck onto our bag and ready for us to stitch around the edge. You could use a zigzag stitch for this, but my machine has a blanket stitch, so I decided to use that. You could also play around with your thread color depending on how much you want your stitching to stand out. When you get to a corner, stop with your needle down, lift your presser foot up, rotate your fabric, and then just continue stitching along the edge. Now we'll repeat all those steps with our bunny piece, and then our applique will be complete. At this point, we could also embroider an eye onto the bunny, but I was loving the look without. Then we'll grab the back panel of our bag, place our two pieces right sides together, and stitch around the two sides and the bottom. Now we can set that aside to assemble our lining. You can put these lining rectangles together so that these same fabrics line up, or you could swap it for a more patchwork look. We'll sew those pieces together on the long sides, and then just like the outer bag, put those pieces right sides together and stitch around those three sides. Then we'll box out the corners to give our bag a little bit more shape. Pull the front and the back of the bag apart until the side and the bottom seam line up and form this triangle. Then we'll make a mark an inch down from the tip of that triangle on each side and draw a line connecting those two marks. Repeat this on both bottom corners of the outer bag and the lining, and then take them all to your sewing machine and sew on those lines. Once that's sewn, we can cut off that extra triangle, leaving a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Then we just need to make our handles. We'll attach each short rectangle to each long rectangle on the short ends to create these two long rectangles for our straps. Then we'll create our strap by first pressing it in half and then opening it up to reveal that crease in the center. Next, we'll fold each edge in towards the center and press. Once we've folded both sides in, we can fold the entire rectangle in half again and then press it once more. Stitch 1/8 of an inch away from the edge on each long side to close up our rectangle and give our handle a finished look. Next, to attach our handles to the bag, we'll make a mark 2 inches away from each side seam and clip the two ends of our handles in place. Do this on both the front and back of your bag, and then take this to your sewing machine and stitch those handles in place about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. Now with our lining still inside out, we'll take our outer bag and stuff it down into the lining and then clip it together around the top, starting by lining up the side seams. As you're clipping, take a second to make sure your handles are pointing nice and straight down into the bag and not off in any funny direction. Then make marks for about a 4 or 5 inch opening and then sew all the way around the top of your bag, starting and stopping with a back stitch on either side of that opening. Now we'll use that opening to stick our hand in and turn our bag right side out. Once that's done, we can stuff the lining down into the bag where it's supposed to be and press around that top edge to hold that seam allowance in place. This is especially important if you quilted your bag, as there's a little extra bulk around this seam. I also grabbed some clips to hold the lining down into the bag even more to make sure that there's none showing from the outside. The finishing touch is to top stitch 1/8 of an inch away from the edge all the way around the top of the bag, and our bag is complete. This is the perfect bag for carrying all the things you need for your spring and summer activities. And it all came together in just a couple hours.